Okay. Slow guys, slow. I'm thrusting at 3 here. Let's hit it. Alright. Oh. Great chapters, man. This is getting like ridiculous. And these chapters are long as fuck. Okay. I don't wonder why we can't use Kia in combat.
Only Adios knows how this will go. Huh, how whimsical Adios is.
Moonless Moor, chapter 9, the appointed hour. Over there, see, that's where the avalanche occurred. What a mess. How come they've been happening all over lately? The blizzard was over, and the morning sun was shedding light upon the fresh powers of snow along Mount Whitecrown. As during visits, they climbed through one of the mountain's trails. Were two men wearing puzzled expressions. One tall and thin, the other short and stout. Both were the very picture of traditional Matagi, and their straw hats and coats, each wielding a spear and a hunting rifle. That there was an avalanche in itself was not surprising. They happened often, yet being so used to them was also being so used to them was also why the locals were keenly aware that something was off about this one in particular. They could fast recognize the impurities that threatened the mountain, and right now this event was quite impure. Their steps hastened as they approached the side of the avalanche. Even from distance, seeing how unnatural it looked, only hiding their unease. I heard Chulin was talking to the chief yesterday. It's not Mataki piped up. But have you seen him around here since then? I know he hunts around here sometimes. Chulin wasn't known for late night hunts, but none had caught sight of him since the day before. It was another factor to seeing out and sell those bastards. He learned his ways from the man trained by Kiyun. I think he'll be alright. Reassured the thin Mataki. Though I get why you're worried. Boy's had a lot on his mind. If that were to ever come into play mid-hunt, he turned down the chief's offer again. I don't blame him with how things went with his father, but at the same time, our kids surely do have it rough. Though they felt for Shulin, they also couldn't treat it as though it had nothing to do with them. Their youth were leaving the village one after another, and not just that, they were struggling with the concept of what it meant to be Matagi. It was this that had put their people in a dwindling position they were now in. Got word there's a strange lightning to be seen on the mountain last night. Do you think Chulin went to get revenge on Raiju? And blown more questions and speculation between one another as they arrived on site, starting with the thin Matagi. This was no natural avalanche. But then who did it? It could have been Raiju. I know it's a beast of thunder, but there's got to be more to this we aren't seeing. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just worried about Chunlin. They had no idea what unimaginable threat from another land was awakening beneath the snow. Chunlin, Raiju, the name of the boy who buried me and the name of my prey. Beneath snow and ice, the weakened Oni pondered inwardly the names the two Mataki were speaking of, and the more he pondered, the more a power inside him of him ignited. He could hear the sound of thunder and echoes of the names he now hated and hungered more, birthed the perfect catalyst to re-waking the rage that fueled his every waking moment. Look, what's that light? Is there something underneath the snow? As these fires continued to burn, brighter and brighter within Dione, his flesh began to quiver with the need to hunt. A terrifying light once more glowed through the patterns inked across his body. Chunlin, mouse, Raiju, Chunlin, mouse, Raiju. The only awakened as his burning motions pushed through his sensory threshold. Steam erupted from the snow like a geyser, revealing his body, enveloped in mysterious light, and startling the two Mataki. Something's come out of the snow. I've never seen anything like it. Is it a monster? The men, despite all their experience, were struck with a fear that left them falling on their behinds and lying before the creature that appeared from a bed of steaming eyes. He only spared the two a glance at their mouths and hanged a gap. I mean, as their mouth, the only spared the two a glance as their mouths hanged A gate. Chulin, the mouse Raiju, where are they? You know Chulin and Raiju? Cried the thin man. He worked to gain control of his senses once they heard the man speak. He then leveled his hunting rifle toward the Oni. Chulin and Raiju are the perfect prey for me. As for you two, you would do as an appetizer. I don't know what you mean by that. They man siege. Well, you plan to harm someone from our village, then you are an impurity of this mountain. Now get. He then fired his stout. He didn't fire his stock spear and returned to his feet and aimed his spear. But there was no hope of the bullet reaching the Oni. In an instant, it had blocked. It would have been blocked by an earthen wall, vanishing in a spray of harmless sparks. Where did that rock come from? The thin Matagi cried. This man, he really is a monster. How did a thing like him manage to get so close to the village before the eyes on Tagi? Now, once again, overwhelmed with terror, the rock wall cracked and crumbled to the ground. It did not appear as though it was the Oni's intention to do this, but it had at least fulfilled its purpose of shielding him from the bullet. It appears I've not fully recovered. A trifling issue, he resolved with a brutal, level tone. I have a small feast right here to warm me up before I hunt him down, you damn bastard. Oni did not hesitate to feed his disadvantage into his hunger for violence, swung the flames his fighting spirit, so it became a full rage for the hapless men. With it, he summoned a spear of stone. What is he? Is this the curse of the mountain? Pull yourself together. If we don't stop him, think of what will happen to the village. He only crept closer to them, making a dim red light glowing from him dance before their eyes. Despite his crude make, the spirit in his hand seemed vicious enough to end their lives in an instant. All they could think of this man before them was that he must have been a demon from Gehenna. The morning air of Mount Wycrone would have split with the sound of useless gunshot and wild shrieks of death were it not for the roaring wind. A feeling of impending disaster caressed Chulin's neck as they knelt in a cave at the summit to keep right out of Raju's sight. It had nothing to do with the beat he was facing now. Something else now violated the mountain. Something's got the spirits of the mountain in an uproar, he muttered. I feel it too, I replied. I felt his presence plenty of time before. But the trio found Raiju. They were in no position to implement the plans they conquered along the way, knowing that the Oni was awake and likely to head toward them at insult to injury. He's already up, cried Daiju in surprise. They were running out of time. Chulin nodded. Yeah, we have to take down Raiju before he arrives. No way am I letting him steal this kill from me. He did not know how long it would take the now free demon in human skin to pursue him to the summit, meaning every second battling, breathing, even thinking, was a second wasting in an unknown countdown. He could take days, he could take hours. We're going to have to be quick about this. No distractions. Right, there's no time to go back to the cabin and think more on what to do next. Chulin agreed. Ruining the goods they carried with them from the cabin. They were all limited in their function. Some were indeed brought as countermeasures against the Raju's incredible power. This question was, would they be enough to stay them from the jaws of defeat? It was time for Chulin to put his knowledge as a Matagi to the test. It was a strategy he had been wondering for years. How to apply his own life strategy he had not used for years. A strategy that he left behind the day of his father's death. I think I've got a tactic, he started. Have you heard of the Makigari tactic? Makigari was a group hunting tactic that was deeply rooted in Matagi tradition. It involved one or multiple members acting as guides, Seko to surround it to prevent escape. An aggressive offensive would then be utilized to lead it to a specified spot where the sniper and Bupo would finish off the cornered beast. It was a tactic generally carried out by those who had long hunted together, as it hinged heavily on both the leadership of whoever it had headed the hunt and implicit trust between the rest of your team. It was a difficult tactic to pull off even then, and it had yet to work with Chulin's new companion. I got no idea, replied Dao. Chulin explained in detail what it was before following up with a personal answer. It's the way we hunt. Me and my dad tried it with Raiju a long time ago. We actually had one over it back then, but this time we're much better equipped and we're up one person. I think we can make it work. The morale was more sure that not a single other tactic came to mind. Chulin was deeply concerned about their ability to coordinate, even if he had enough confidence in his own skills to compensate. It would be difficult to sync up with Sayu and Dao on a technical level, because of them being raised in completely different cultures. Change things too drastically for it to work. Sounds good. Chulin, let's go with that. Sayu was surprisingly quick Saya was surprisingly quick to voice her agreement to the plan. So we've got traditional methods of the Matagi and artifact and thunder-proof equipment to work with them. Up until now, Saya had been a thinker, a logical individual. Chulin fully expected her to reject the idea and propose something of her own. The surprise must have shown on his face as she continued. It's not impossible. We just have to minimize any quirks we have that might impact our cooperation and cover the rest with equipment. One person's problem solved is everyone's problem solved here. This occurrence came with a smile. Never surprised Chulin to suppose she believed in standing more than he did. She was right, of course, that both sides were in the same awkward position of having to find out how the other one worked in a short time. She was also right that this could be solved by deviating just slightly from a traditional form of the tactic and utilizing the things that they had, the equipment on the equipment and the artifact to cover their shortcomings. That Vagabond told me hit the unexpected with the unexpected, and she said certainly that we were doing something just that. All right, Dal piped up shortly. If we've got your endorsement, Sayu, then I don't see any reason to back it up. He then chided Chulin playfully about having more faith on his own plan, for no plan goes well when it's lacks proper faith in it. Dal must have been accompanying Chulin's expression of surprise for him to say it. Dal was more brawn and brain, but he was very perceptive of others' emotions. I mean, he knew exactly what to say. Someone who was wavering at the time, that chiding was just what Chulin needed. You're both right, he said. You're just as caught up in me. So I'm going to put my trust in his plan and you. No more doubts as to whether this will work. It was time to execute their very own brand in the Makigari tactic. To be continued. Yeah. Chapter 10, the Makigari. Raiju's habitat was the perfect place for this beast to be that topped the food chain to call home. It sat on the mountain's highest points like a king with his throne. The black stormy clouds swirling overhead as a natural crown. Through thunderous applause did it create its weapon and subjects below its prey. Never fails to come to it once stricken. There was just one more thing the beast did not realize about this place, that its terrain, impregnable on the surface, was also the perfect environment to set a trap. There were two paths to reach the summit. One was at the end of a long spiraling trail that looped around its peak. The other was a straight, steep path surrounded on both sides by high rock walls. The first of the hunters who came to claim Raiju's life appeared to be from the spiraling road, shouting at the top of his lungs a call to the woodland wanderers. You sleeping, Mr. Bear? Dal shouted, because I'm ready to wrestle. Dal leaped from rock to rock, his unique hunting call being shouted between taunts and insults, and a bag slung over his back for a number of single-shot nasty fucking rifles. From the academy, ancient even by the Mataki standards, that there were relics of Fallen Kingdom. This cries were used in the past to intimidate meek rabbits. And flee for the Fox's submission. But Raiju was no small prey and showed no hint of fear at hearing them. This, however, was well within the realm of expectations. Drawing one of the small rifles from the bag, he made a blistering show out of firing a nearby rock. Raiju paused for only a moment before the roaring return for a bristling town from head to toe from his mortal threat. Perhaps it still possessed memories of being hunted by the Matagi as a normal bear, but whatever the reason, the sound of the shot was enough for it to understand its position from hunter to hunted. Haha, where's your tough guy act now, you big fur ball? Dal continued leaping from rock to rock while dodging Raju's impulsive lightning strike. After throwing his spin rifle today, stood upright in the ground. He pulled a second one and fired without hesitation. This one hits its mark precisely, causing the king of thunder to howl upon being struck. The bullet was too weak and Dal too far for it to pierce through the beast's thick hide, but this too was expected. Raju sent out a flash of lightning as an instinctive counter to the pain delivered. No, strange. Rather than deliver devastating shock and was meant to, it passed through him harmlessly instead. It really worked. Dal grinned with a pleasant surprise. He was touching the upright rifle he discarded after fucking use, allowing the lightning fire to pass through him and into the ground. He was positively giddy with discovery. Oh, you're a genius, Sayu. I never would have thought to use these as lightning rods. You so long as he positioned the spirit rifles like so, he could creep close to Raiju and never have to worry about the more elemental properties of its offensive. I've got many of these, as I've got shots. Now time to show what Woodland Wanderers can really do. Dao belted yet another hunting call, and with every shot, fire and raw place, the weight of his back was lighter, allowing him to move at an ever faster pace. He even moved in a circular motion, confusing the bear as he led it successfully toward the other path to the summit. Stands on both sides of rock walls. Yes, no matter how strong it is, it's still got the brains of a beast. He muttered to himself before calling out to his companion. "Let's head your way, Sayu. I'm ready. Dao, bring it on." While still gathering its electricity for yet another counterattack, Raiju was guided into the straight and narrow path. It was met with a sudden barrier of mist that bathed the beast in its own sparks. "Got it," Dao shouted. The barrier Raiju stumbled into was not a physical one. A rather cage of energy sprung between countless arrows stabbed into both sides of the rock wall. Moisture from the air glistened off areas and exposed tips. "I've never done this many at once," Sayu began, "but that doesn't mean I can't do it." The barrier formed from the fusion of Sayu's energy with the cylinder of frozen sky's power was in essence one of pure fog. The more Raiju tried to force his way through this barrier, the wetter it became, causing its natural electricity to short out. Any attempt to step into it caused a whiff of pain. The way out is just as bad, Sayu affirmed, shooting additional arrows behind it and filling them with more power, expanding the cage that much farther. Now, even if it were to turn around and run out the corridor, it could no longer do so without sustaining considerable damage from its own thunder. Yahoo! Bad's got it pinned down. I think the rest of the plan's going to go this smoothly. This won't stop it for long. China responded, but it would hold it long enough for Trueland to give us a signal. Raiju could not escape without passing through the cage of fog, but despite having been transformed through possession of an ancient artifact, it was still a wild beast at heart. It had no concept of surrender, only survival, and would persist even if its only route to tomorrow would do it harm. Roaring wildly, the beast threw itself into the cage wall, blooming a constant fountain of sparks from its massive body. Hey, Dios. Crazy thing is gonna cook itself alive. I haven't seen Chulin's signal, Sayu reported. I don't know if I can hold it much longer. The cylinder in the frozen sky slotted into her crossbow cycle between losing its brilliance and pulsing its flashes of blue light. Each time electricity surged through Raiju's body, it flickered brightly in response, almost too brightly, as though the cage and the beast's resistance were pushing it beyond its capabilities. Sayu knew that putting any more power into this would risk the danger of an explosion that would leave her far worse off than her target. Realizing this as well, Dao refused to stand around and do nothing. Dao had one of her source of protection, a leather cloth from the cabin he covered in glass powder and resin paint on his body. Wrapping himself from head down with this repurposed insulation cloak and protecting himself with gloves made from the same material, Dao bounded through the cave of fog and closing on Raiju. Flashing his black scorched robe, but he pushed forward until he was directly before the object of their hunt. "Dao, are you crazy? Nothing crazy about staying in a cage made by you." "All right, Raiju, you're in for a real shock, cuz it's about to get unbearable for you." He then threw himself into the body of the beast, lashing out with his protected fist. Both attacks he landed were of no real threat. Instead, struck triggered waves of electricity that surged through it with each devastating punch. "Ha ha! This works for me way better than any gun. Worth the dive," Dao cracked before taking his stance. Taking the stance, drawing in a long breath, planting his feet before a flinching king of thunder. Dao focused on every clean muscle in his body, and while filling his lungs with clean mountain air, became one with the environment's natural flow of life energy. Only when this reached its peak did he spring forward. Shin! Dao kicked off the ground. Air trembled around him till Sayu could swear she saw snowflakes dancing from his body as he sent an incredible punch into Raiju's chest. This alone was enough to send tremors through its whole form. This secret craft, Shin, could mean many things. Hardcore, quake, deity, and was among the old techniques in the martial arts style created by the Woodland Wanderers. It requires synchronized every part of the body, stone, and muscle and all, and comprising one's strength until one forced this dense power forward like a coil in a trap, you damn bastards. Certainly this kind of fucking precise, powerful technique spoke to the wisdom gained through generations of journeying and striving. Wow, I can't believe it, Dao. You mastered Shin. Sayu followed up Dao's attack by sending a shower of bolts from the top of the rock down. Raiju, preventing the staggering beast from steadying itself, took the chance to send another blow to his throat. As it fell back, it no longer saw the cage's walls as a concern to escape his hunters through fog and thin sphere. I doubt that it'll kill it, but it looks like we put it on the ropes. Sayu cheered and cordial to Dao. Are you alright? I'd love to tell you I am, but my gloves are done for. Dao responded, raising up his arms to display his gloves as he did, so I can't keep this up much longer. Okay, we just gotta keep busy, so I'll take over on the offensive. There was a hint of hesitation in her voice as she agreed to this. She was already pushing the cylinder of the frozen sky to its limits. Dao's craft was also one of greatest strength. Dao's craft was one of great strength, and she doubted her crossbow would have nearly the same stopping power as it. Not seconds later into this train of thought, the sign they were waiting for make itself known. A deep brass sound echoed off the mountain, carrying forward in strong spite its low pitch. It was proof the two of them have filled their role in the tactics. That's a conch shell. Chulin's ready, Sayu exclaimed. He sure kept us waiting long enough, but now he's got me all fired up for round 2. Now come on, Sayu, let's take him down for good. Right. As Sayu descended, she released a section of the cage between Raiju and the summit. Doing this will help Sayu to amplify the impact of her attacks as she concentrated much needed moisture into each shot fired. She then reunited with Dao and with their backs against the still existing cage wall, blocking the other path downward. She unleashed a final goading strike at the beast's back. Sayu and Dao followed behind it as it ran, believing their companion ahead would be able to exact the next stage of their plan, driving Raiju back up toward the highest point of the summit. The King's Throne will soon become its tombstone. To be continued. Chapter 10. Makigari. Sound like Japanese, like I can on you. Hey, you know what? Chapter 11. To mark the hour. He knew they would guide Raiju to him. Though defy logic, Chulin had faith in his new companions that even as he waited and waited, the hand in his muzzleloader never trembled with anxiety. Thanks. He remained calm even as a moment that would decide his fate approached. Blew on his conch shell and pictured their darling triumphant smiles in his mind's eye, signaling with such a loud sound gave his position away and was tantamount to suicide under any circumstance, any other circumstances, but he wanted to drown it out of the roars of the very beast they hunted. He wanted to be found. He was confident. He no longer feared, and it was thanks to all of them. The conch shell summoned hope to him as he heard the calls of his companions following the booming footfalls of his sworn enemy. Sayu and Dao were acting as decoys, laying a trap with the intent of driving the King of Thunder into Chulin's rage. Down the spiral path Dao had used to ascend, the woman wanderer set the perfect trap, a modified bear trap, to shower it with water and shards of metal. There was no better method to continue throwing Raiju's natural abilities in chaos and stopping it in its tracks. And if the beast were to leap from the summit's cliffs into the spiral path below to retreat, it would be welcomed still by more traps and weapons set by Chulin. It's finally time. So I never thought it would happen like this, though. Thought Chulin. He was hit with a mixture of I'm saying still it would still be welcome still by more traps and weapons set by Chulin. It's on time. I never thought it would happen like this by Chulin. He was hit by with a mixture of emotions brewing inside of him, so many that he thought he could not concern himself with and label them all, or most of them. Of these, one expected emotion manifested more clearly than the rest. I don't feel any hatred toward Raiju. There once the time he lost his follower to the beast. Did he ever feel hatred for it? Not really, not in the way he thought he did. He felt loss and grief upon losing the last of his relatives. But in his heart of hearts, he saw his father, a true Mataki, who fell after fighting for his life on equal terms with the mountain. His father had bet his flesh, his blood, showing among its blessed nature, but his blade was simply unable to surpass the raw instincts of his opponent. How could Chulin, such a natural, beautiful thing, how could Chulin turn such a natural, beautiful thing into a grudge? How could he let the fear of his father's death consume him to a point that he forgot not all was truly lost? What motivated Chulin in this moment was desire to complete what had been started by someone he loved. That was all. This isn't vengeance for you, he thought of his father. I still don't understand everything you said back then, but I'm here of life facing a life, and I will keep it facing with all that I am. To Chulin, this mild misunderstanding was enough to leave him content. His companions from a foreign land restored in him a sort of hope that his years past were not in vain, but rather guideposts that brought him to this very moment, to the moment when his days of simply breathing, eating, and sleeping from sunrise till sunset would end, to the moment where he realized he was still alive. Here they come. Chulin heard an explosive of thunder when a rocky hit behind on a spiral path. Above him, the highest point of the summit, Dayu and Sayum Dao's voices shouted in response to the conch shell as they continued chasing down their hunt. Not a few heartbeats passed before Chulin could sense Raju's presence directly above him. He then put all his weight into giving him a rope on his one hand, a single sharp tug leaning as he did so. One end of the cliff above him began to crumble. A single boulder that rested on the corner of the sheer peak had been yanked free of its position, and with support wholly lost, the throne of the king trembled ominously for collapsing under the beast's weight. Man, I gotta get some water. Fuck this shit, guys. It was a good thing he had seen Sayum's power as she buried Oni in the snow. Sayum Dao had not blocked the mountain path just to give Chulin time to set a few traps, but more so he could turn the entire area into one massive similar trap to what he witnessed before. Thinking Zerber, he made pulling a rope to trigger the collapse off of a cliff look simple. What he did, however, was delicately balance the boulder on a rod beforehand to leverage the rock in the direction he desired. It was almost a miracle he could get it ready in a short time. Sayum Dao had saw the target. Raiju finally chased to a dead end. Raiju slid down something along a shower of falling rock fragments and snow. It was only around 15 arches, not enough to fall to kill it. But Chulin prepared his landing point with caltrops and other such traps to pin it down. Every fiber of his being cried for him to end it. Yet regrettably, reality often makes a mockery of even the best laid plans. Roger was thrown off his trajectory by the uneven face of the cliffside, well away from Trap's set landing instead right before Chulin. So that's how it's going to go, he muttered aloud. Fine, that won't stop me. It was almost better than his original plan, even knowing he could end the beast's life personally, rather than through a trap, gave him a sense of familiarity as though something had guided him to this fitting in. Your false rating is over, Raiju. Amatagi never misses his target twice. A fire erupted from within him. With Mount Rycrown watching once more, nothing stopped him and the beast from continuing to fight that started 5 faithful years prior. And Chulin had his back pressed against some boulders that had fallen along the mountain path while his opponent was backed by the sheet face of the summit. Let's finish this. Chulin moved first. He had to press his advantage while his opponent was still slumped. And he had to press his advantage while his opponent was still slumped against the rocks, drawing arrowheads and other small blades and metal bits from a jute bag. He sprayed and scattered them around the beast before it could recover enough energy. It seemed the king also hoped to end just quickly. Even as Chulin tossed the metal, it took a chance to impulsively unleash a fierce lightning attack, a fatal mistake on its part. Got you. Countless blades stuck in the ground and flying through the air absorbed the electrical strike and exploded, throwing up a curtain of smoke intermingled with sparks and flashes. Chulin sprang through it all, drawing that much closer to Raiju. The beast convulsed as its sparks scorched his fur and discharged energy, continually shocked his body. Never been pushed this far, have you? Taunted Chulin, well, sorry, I'm not done. Chulin, never been this far, have you, taunt Chulin? Well, sorry, I'm not done. Chulin saw the surprise in Raju's eyes, for even a beast as powerful as it would falter upon sight of a human covered in smoke and appearing thrusting a rifle into its mouth. It doesn't matter how thick your skin is, from a distance, the rifle spat. Doesn't matter how thick your skin is from this distance, the rifle spat into the bear's mouth, and fresh blood redder than that, even as the flames from the shot spurted from its mouth, staining Chulin's pale skin and the bear's dark fur. Still, perhaps due to the natural desire to struggle on, it drew breath. Chulin noticed its eyes still moved to focus on him, and even his arms being raised. No, Chulin drew back his rifle to escape, but with his jaw now free, Raiju retaliated with wild, unbelievable speed, sinking his teeth into his shoulder. How long had it been since a beast had managed this? It was the first thought to flash through Chulin's mind as intense waves of pain sank further into him. It was the only thing that could mildly stay the waves of pain that now persisted. The content made his senses keen from this terrible sensation. He could almost hear the beast's thoughts as it growled audibly. You will not escape me. You're the one who won't escape me. His jaw was soaked in blood as it continued to ignore the bullet burning inside his body. Chulin made no attempt to tear himself away. On the contrary, he shifted only as possible while locked in his jaws to get a better grip. He began plunging his Nagasa into its neck again. His free hand electric sea crackling through the length of the blade. Both crashed to the air, their thirst for the blood of the other swirling in the air. Its teeth continued to bite, and his blade continued to stab another. Stab until neither could no longer. After a few moments of pure silence, it was Chulin who rose, his coat and skin soaked in so much mud and red that could have been more to his feet. After a few months of pure silence, Chulin who rose, his coat and skin soaked in so much mud and red that could have been more his or his hunt. He swayed as he attempted to steady his feet. He could hardly see through the blood dripping from his forehead, and his shoulder that has been endlessly punctured drooped, barely unable to move. He was alive, and the battle was not yet over. Chulin took up his rifle again as the embers of life threw faint, continuing in the eyes of the King of Thunder. It glared at the one who dealt its mortal blow, working sparingly to lift its limbs as his heart still beat blood, rumbling through its mouth and wounds with airy, sharpened breath. So long as it lived, it would never stop trying to stand. With an eerie stillness about the moment, Chulin slid around to his weapon before placing it between the beast's eyes. A final gunshot then welled through the mountain, carrying with it the end of a legacy's life. To be continued. That was long.
Now then.
Yeah. I swear I hate my life. It sucks. No. Thank you for all for your help. We don't have much to offer in return, but here's some set. I hope you enjoy
You
them.
didn't have to do that, but the gesture is still appreciated.
Yeah, I've never fixed medical equipment before, so I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up.
You could have had me fooled with such fine work. You both did splendidly.
That's right. I don't know what we would have done without you. We wouldn't have escaped if it weren't for you. We'd likely be brainwashed by the Supreme Leader like all the others. That's what happened to all of them. Yep.
I believe I owe you an apology. A big one. None of this would have happened had we protected everyone at the signing ceremony like we swore to. If only we'd been stronger.
Hey, come on, Tio.
Oh, Tio.
This isn't your fault. That's right. No one's blaming you for what happened. Looking back, I don't know what more you could have done than expected to do.
Look, Lloyd, it's Tio.
I thought she might come here. Thank goodness she's all right. It looks like they're talking to evacuees from the city.
Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, thanks for doing from the start. It really dawned on me too. I don't know why we thought we could treat the infinite as hopeless. It is kind of hopeless though.
What's gotten into you guys all of a sudden?
It's obvious, isn't it? The Supreme Leader never would have occupied us again if we had just obeyed the Empire like we used to. We wouldn't be afraid of the EDF, and we're not dreaming independence. And when you think about everything, everything was better when we were an Imperial province, when even the economy was booming. Why give all that up? Why do you want to be independent?
Hey, get a hold of yourselves! What is wrong with all of you?
There really isn't any need to be so pessimistic.
Supreme Leader and EDF aren't all we have to worry about here. There's also those siege machines. They even have an old president back in everyone in the city. Everyone seems enthralled by him. There's a single shred of hope. Things are going to get better anymore.
That's not true at all. The SSS is going to keep fighting. We have allies we can depend on. The CPD, CGF, and even our friends from outside Crossbell. There are people who will surely help us. We won't allow you to suffer like this. We'll be the ones to put an end to it.
Tio.
Tio, you shouldn't.
I have hope too, thanks to you, or at least we thought we did. Whether it was a mafia or that cult, or even our own mayor became, or what our own mayor became this there. We kept on believing. Not even Imperial occupation or the war made us lose hope. But in the end, it was all for nothing. The signing ceremony made us realize that fucking shit. What we had was never hope to begin with. It was just illusion that made it even more painful than once we accepted truth. Again and again. Again and again and again. Over and over and over.
We were never hope to them?
That can't be true. We can't just give up and...
Stop, please just stop. Can't you see we're all tired of all this? Besides, he's got no right to talk to us about in our suffering. If you hadn't arrested President Croix, then we would have already had it and we were warning, bitch. You're good. Bye.
Everything we did was...
Can you all hear yourselves? You're completely full of it.
Aren't you?
Lloyd, Kia, Wazzy.
Hey, you guys are all right.
I was one of the people involved in that arrest, so let me make something perfectly clear.
You're good.
Letting Dieter Kreuss go free for what he did over 2 years ago was never an option. He attacked the city, had the speaker detained, and even tried to take over the entire continent. Dieter was arrested in accordance with state law. The same as any Crossbellin would have been. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah, but what about now? What about Crossbell? They had responsibility for what they did best for us.
And why's that? Because you made them your symbols of justice? Because you decided they were your heroes? The SSS is just a division of the Crossbell Police Department. Nothing more, nothing less. You have no one to blame but yourselves for thinking any different. Their purpose isn't to make all of your problems go away.
No one thought.
I know it's been a long 2 years. 2 years where all Crossbellans could do was powerlessly watch the Empire trample over their pride. It's natural to wish that a savior would appear and solve everyone's problems. But personally, I never wanted to see Crossbell come to that. What Crossbell has given me is irreplaceable. Friends and family that mean the world to me, like Lloyd and Vald. So it pains me to see this as someone who's come to love Crossbell more than his old home.
Wazzy.
The SSS chose the path they did because they wanted a little girl to be free. But that same little girl couldn't help but feel it was her fault when she saw Erebonia invade and take over her home. Because she knew that none of it would have happened if she didn't exist. Kia, no. But she wasn't the only reason they chose the path that they did. The SSS had also seen how strong Crossbell became, facing adversity over and over again. They knew that if they chose any other path, the efforts and sacrifices of so many would be lost. Their home would never be the same. And they, along with that little girl, believed from the bottom of their hearts that all of Crossbell would overcome it for the better.
She's right. That was what we decided.
I want to answer the trust they placed in me however I can. I was all alone once, somewhere very dark. It's because of everyone around me that I have so much to be thankful for. The SSS and the people of Crossbell made me into the person I am today. So now I want to fight to help them. That means I'm here to pave a path forward for all of you too. And on it, I just know we'll see brighter days, because it was Crossbell and its people that taught me the strength to persevere.
A path forward. Maybe she's right. It could be too soon giving up hope. It's true. We've been through a lot of hard times, but those experiences are what made us who we are today. Yes, you're right. That's what makes Crossbell what it is. Maybe we are showing what we give ourselves credit for.
Look!
It's disappearing.
Looks like we're the ones who's apologizing after all. There was no way to talk about people who've done so much for us. Not after you put so much on the line to protect Crossbell. Yes, and after somewhere along the line we just started taking it for granted. Why can't you just have fucking voice acting, you bastards? I still don't know what exactly I can do to make a difference, but the least I could do is look for a way to move forward like you all have. That's right, you damn bastard. We have to hold out hope.
Thank you, everyone.
And we should be grateful that you all made it out city safely. Hope you'll keep the good fight as successful. We'll keep cheering you on.
We have to keep doing what we always have. That's to keep moving forward. One step at a time.
Yeah.
But we're not naive enough to believe that will be enough to take back what we lost. It's going to take the help of everyone who calls Crossbell home. So do me a favor and think about how you can help. What you would give to be free. And I promise the SSS will support you just as much as you've always supported us. Tio. Sorry I kept you waiting again. I'm glad you're okay.
Do you hear yourself? I'm the one breathing a sigh of relief. Your injuries seemed so severe. And then we were all separated.
So that's what this is all about. I can't imagine how tough it's been for you three being kept in the dark. Thanks for worrying about me. I know it couldn't have been easy.
It never is. You're always so reckless. But I knew you'd come looking for me again. Lloyd, I'm so glad you found me.
Wasn't gonna stop till I did.
Aww.
Would you listen to them go on and on?
I'm so happy for you, Tio.
Would you knock it off with the crying already?
No, we don't need you. Get outside. So you're headed for a ride from Milk's factory to the west. I had a feeling that might be it. You did. So that must be what you three have been doing here. So Chief Yon, Tio, and I have been looking for some suspicious information surrounding the factory. There's been a small certain sketchy professor amidst the chaos everyone playing the city. You mean that Steinball supported this legitimate regime from 3 years ago? Orbital 6 English. The Professor F. Navarre, head of the 13 factories. I think his side was involved. His specialty is applied science, right? He's the one in charge of all those crazy powerful tech. As an addition to being the engineer of the depleted first generation ions. His involvement was playing like the Zubber Soda model and that Strange's mask. The new Zubber Soda model and that Strange's mask. That's why we had our attention placed on that fucking military factory. Still thinking it's more likely that we'll uncover something to help our investigation here. Have you three found an infiltration route? It just so happens. It just happens we have Yona and look into it. There was a cargo line while the factory was still under construction for the fucking war, you bastards. It feeds directly to the underground railway. I can't say anything, Ursula. Well, that's convenient. Almost too good to be true, but I trust it's a Steel's source. Well, we should head the right way. There's no time to waste. Sooner we cover what's really happening, the better. The church isn't going to look the other way if it turns out the society is the one orchestrating this incident. There's no telling the extent of Albright's plans, but it's high time we shed light on what's really going on. I'm sure we'll get the bomb if we work together. Just trying to get caught, will ya? Don't let all the hard work go to waste. Don't worry, we'll be careful. Hey, Sean, we really owe you until prep them now. Say, man, it's not like I like you that much. So I guess it's good to see you all back on your feet. There's the same knowledge about you everywhere, huh? And that's just part of your own stuff. Yeah, knock it off already. Well then, we'll leave everything to you in that factory for the four of you. You and I will continue gathering as much info as we can. You can reach the underground railway platform on the first floor lobby. God, thanks. We'll be going out. Chief, look after yourself. Same to you, Tio. Uh, it's not a bad skill. Oh, I got Teal with me. Teal Tot. Okay, you little Teal Tot. Let's shut the fuck up. Oh, we need a law enforcement over here. Fuck up. Okay.
You can get to the underground station through the lobby. Oh, I spot the door. Beat you there.
Yeah, be careful here. Yeah. And she was saying indoctrinated. Hey. Oh. Hello. Fuck. He's dead. Oh. Here. And Judy's one of the best ones out here. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Now then.
This is my first time seeing the new Superman they built, bitch. It's a little eerie how definitely silent it is down here. All the terrains were occupied after the city was occupied, right? Means we don't need to worry about the tracks being active. We should eventually reach where the freight and passenger lines split if we fall up north. So let's make our next destination. Look at our train lines always. This makes my heart race. We definitely had to do this more than a few times over the last couple of years. All right, let's get going. Fucking bitch. Hey, yeah, she's was it? Yeah. Here. You.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sick person, man. Uh-huh. Yeah, so we got new shit, that's good, but yeah. Fuck. Yeah, you know.
We won't lose!
Yeah.
There's no stopping us.
Oh, damn.
Now's our chance.
Yo, yeah. Fuck. Fucking weirdo.
Bring it on.
Runaway sheep. A sheep swept up by a corrupting black gale and it's filled with rage. It can never return to its former peaceful life.
Turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're sorry. Yeah.
There we go. Targets activate.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, so not.
I could have done that in my sleep.
Yeah, so avoid that guy. We made it to the junction and we kept going straight. We'd eventually reach the city. But I seriously doubt the EDF doesn't have that direction heavily guarded. I wouldn't risk it. Let me rush it. I'm sure we'll make it to the city eventually. It's only a matter of time before get our so-called friends. She's a lesson, so-called supreme leader lesson. No one stands between us and our home. Gets away fit. That's the spirit.
So Kia, Wazi, a little late, but I've been meaning to thank you for earlier.
For what?
Whatever is it for this time?
Don't play dumb. I'm talking about how you chimed in at the hospital. You helped me realize something important. The citizens of Crossbell weren't the only ones who had lost sight of the truth. We had too. The SSS had a clear dream 2 years ago, when Crossbell was annexed by Erebonia. We wanted our home to be free again, But it wasn't just that. We weren't blind patriots, fighting to protect personal pride or acting on some grand ideal. Had we been, our actions wouldn't have led to Crossbell losing its freedom. Wouldn't have led it straight into the arms of the Empire. And the little girl we protected over giving Crossbell its freedom and future wouldn't be here supporting us. What we truly wanted. For her and for every citizen who would have to bear the burden of our choices was for them to smile. And if we could give them their home as well, then they could be free and smile as much as they dreamed. It really was that simple.
Lloyd. It's true. That's how I felt. And I'm sure Ellie and Randy would say the same. But sadly, I agree. Somewhere along the line, we lost sight of that goal. The more expectations people placed on us, the more we became convinced we were obligated to win back the state's freedom.
That soon turned into wanting to be seen as the very symbols of independence. To be seen as heroes to our home. All the while, we were turning our eyes away from the feelings of despair and distrust that the people had been harboring. Those feelings were probably what allowed Rufus's words to worm their way into the citizens' hearts. But regardless, we aren't going to lose our way again. We'll keep sight of our goal this time and do things our way. We're not miracle workers. We'll just do our best to make people's lives better, while others help us as much as we help them. That's what's allowed us to come this far.
Good. That sounds more like the SSS I fell in love with. And if you ask me, that's what it's going to take if you want to make it through this ordeal too. Every crisis you've overcome to date has been with the help of countless others, and this will be no different.
I think what Wazzy means to say is every crisis we've overcome, because we're all one big family at the end of the day. That's why I decided to become Kia Bannings.
This is a chance for us to start over from zero, then.
That's right. We're going to reclaim everything that was taken from us. And as always, we're going to fight, struggle, and shine the light on the truth. Together.
Huh? What was that?
I heard it too.
That sounds like...
It's gunfire.
And not just gunfire either.
Look up ahead.
Stop where you are, rebels! Surrender now, or there will be no mercy!
You holding up all right, Tita?
I'm fine, but at this rate...
Get down, you two!
Ugh. There's more of them. Where did you guys come from?
The SSS? What are all of you doing down here?
We can explain later. Let's focus on taking care of these guys first.
The SSS, huh? It must be our lucky day.
Our Helmut will punish all who dare to oppose the Supreme Leader!
That must be the name of this new model.
This is the last place I want to fight a Zalber soldat. Nevertheless...
Exactly. Now's not the time to falter. Everyone, prepare for battle!
I'll back you up with my orders.
Got it.
Okay. Threat level high.
Alright. Agate, you objectively suck. I'll just use you for your S-craft.
Keep strong!
Helmore, a modern Zalber soldier piloted by the Evans Defense Force. Far better than ever soldiers dominates the battlefield.
I can do it!
Yeah, she's fucking OP. Vazi can be, she'd be our fourth member.
my turn.
Goodbye.
Now!
John.
It's my
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Arcus activate.
I got it.
Go! Let's finish!
Take this.
You!
Let's go!
You good?
Arcus activate. Yeah. I'll go.
Right there!
I can do it. You're down. Raring to go. Commencing drive.
All right. Got this.
You're so needy. This is it.
I'll follow.
Right. Now!
Follow up. Yeah. Enemy neutralized.
Good job.
On to the next.
Of course.
Yeah, objectively. Ugh, this can't be happening. How did that glorified forklift manage to overcome the lazy Albert soda? Which person screamed in the air at once? We may take it down. I didn't doubt we would. Good work, everyone. No, we're gone when they were chasing back there. Well, you guys, thanks for saving our bacon. I doubt we could have taken out that soda about you. Don't mention, I'm glad we could count on Tina and Orward here. Your dog will be a smooth sailing from here. Look at the awesome team we're assembling. I'm sure everything will work out at this rate. Hey, you're in good spirits. I'm glad you're all right. What are you two doing down here in the first place, Tia? You came running from the direction of the city. Well, the thing is, maybe it's fate we ran into you now of all times. We haven't seen Erica around, have you? But it's Russell. No, something happened to her? We were in IBC building when the city was occupied. A bunch of black uniformed soldiers stormed the building and demanded that my mom go with them. Next thing we knew, she was shoving us in the elevator.
Oh, Mom, what's gotten into you?
Are you freaking kidding me? I can handle this, so let me...
Does your dumb, thick skull have eyes? You saw how many there are, and they have that new model with them. I have a different request for you, Agate Crossner. Protect Tita, even if it costs you your life. Do I make myself clear?
Damn it, Erica!
Mom! Mom!
That's what happened. I'm not surprised Russell put your safety first, although, yeah, she's as stubborn as a mule, but it's my fault she did that. I never should have allowed us to end up in this situation to begin with. That's on me. You don't have to blame yourself, Agate. Does that mean telling Josh has been with you guys, huh? I'm afraid not. We haven't been able to get in touch with them since the city was occupied. Something must be jamming communications. Hope they're alright. Michelle and Josh are both seasoned bracers. I trust they'll be alright. I'm worried about your mother. I don't doubt she's pretty tough for a researcher, but these are trained soldiers we're dealing with here. I think it's safe to assume that she's an EDF country at least. However, that is the answer. Why do you want your mother to begin with? We don't know either. The soldiers said something about someone needing helpers. That's all we know. We managed to access one of the underground computers after that. That's how we learned she was taken by mom for a military factory. I have my suspicions on who someone could be, which means I also have a really bad feeling about this. So do I. Only one name comes to mind based on the information we have thus far. Well, we'll cross this when it comes to it. This is a guild request at the end of the day. Jobs are done until it's reported and the client gets rewarded, you damn bitch. I'm dragging Erica out of there so I can get paid when she likes it or not. I will save her for sure. It sounds like we're heading on the same place then. Count on us for support. The more the merrier. Thanks, everyone. We really appreciate it. I should at least be able to send Lynn a hand when it comes to things like information technology gathering. Don't undersell yourself. I'm sure you'll be a great help. Not gonna lie. Running into you guys was good timing. We could really use the help. No problem. It makes the dream work, doesn't it? So the military factors that way, huh? Yeah, let's get moving. Yep. It's like when you need something and nobody helps you. It'd be like that, guys. It'd be like that. No. Yeah. So. It's like you need something from people. People don't want to help you out. Fucking bastards. It's like you need some from people. Tita is actually just fucking OP.
That works for me.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm
There! Here's our shot!
Canbu Draco, a territorial monster born on a spirit plane, bites any that get too close, with death being the only thing I like actually on his jaw. Yeah.
Commencing drive.
If you need me, I'm gonna.
Okay then.
I got some good data.
Tita Russell, man, that's my character right there. Like, most OP fucking character in the game. I'm not worried about her.
Let's finish this up quick. There's more.
My turn. An opening.
I'll follow up.
Bye.
I'll go. Okay.
Hope he's
Arcus
okay.
activate.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Sorry. Please, they all died.
Yeah. Status. All green.
Nice.
Father was unable to send me money. I really need money. Yep. Oh.
Careful, okay?
Watch out. This one's tough.
Beginning analysis. Data received.
Okay, y'all. Monster that absorbed essence from spirit veins until it grew massive inside. Its magic charged shell can fit off any bullet or blade.
Right.
You fucking put her in.
Yeah.
Blue blood monster, a tube-shaped beast that thrives on the ground and latches onto any wandering body.
My turn. Arcus
I
activate.
can do it. Okay. Commencing drive.
It's my turn. Now.
Following up.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. An opening.
I'll follow up. There. Status. All green.
My brain's like fucking up, man, because this is crazy. I can't do this shit, man.
Ooh, let's nab whatever's in that chest.
Yeah. I'll trust you on that one. Okay, I can give her a gravion hammer. Wait, my... There you go. They're dead.
Looks like we're not alone.
Tempted as I am to knock their asses farther underground, it's probably not the best idea right now.
Hopefully we can sneak around some other way.
You're gonna ask me for something. Hey, here.
You're no match for us.
Fuck you, bastards. Skull Side was a devil that lurks in the darkness waiting to grab its prey. Once taken, it cruelly preserves life as it rends their flesh and steals her blood.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Gotcha!
Raring to go.
Congratulations.
Commencing drive.
You have a nice day.
Let's go!
Those children are... Their mom are...
They're open!
Following up.
It's over! Couldn't have done it without you, Tia.
And I couldn't have done it without you.
Goodbye. I can use it. Ah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Now's our chance. Got you. Here's our shot.
It's my go. Commencing drive.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, got you. Right. There's no stopping us.
Objectively, Agate is trash.
You see that treasure chest, I'm sure.
We get the first attack. Ready to go.
Oh. You got me arrested and you died.
Commencing drive.
Okay, then. Arcus,
I
activate.
can do it. Sorry. I got something.
Ooh.
Now's our chance.
Oh, I should not be about my tauntless.
Think you can dodge this? This is it.
I'll follow up. It's my go.
Good job.
Arcus activate.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I can do it. I'm gonna. I got some incredible.
Fucking. Oh yeah, it's fucking poor.
Careful. Time to play hard.
Arcus activate. If you need me.
And they can't even.
Sorry. You're down.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Come on, baby.
Pretty tough too. Like, they're pretty tough. Like, they're pretty tough, but yeah, most stuff that can get done.
Think you can dodge this? How soothing this is.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
He regenerates. Oh, I'm serious.
You see that treasure chest, I'm sure.
Now's our chance.
Let's finish this up quick. I'm gonna.
My turn. Think you can dodge this? How soothing this is.
Hit me. I want to. Okay, sorry.
It's my turn. There's more. I'll go.
Give me my fucking face, asshole.
Okay then. Think you can dodge this? How soothing this is.
Yep.
Raring to go.
Oh, you fucking bastards.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Bastard, I didn't mean it.
Of course I didn't.
Shit. Fucking bastards.
Let's begin.
I'm tempted to try that, but
Think you can dodge this?
bad people.
How soothing this is.
It's on your mom.
Ready to go.
And she hit me.
Commencing drive. If you need me, I'm gonna.
Got you. Here's our shot.
You
Following up.
Okay
Yeah.
then. Think you can die?
I'll go.
Now's our chance.
Wow, we're so...
Whew. Nope. Yeah, guys, they're all efforts from here, guys. Bronson here for out. Peace with you. Dinner. Who? Have a damn good one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.